gas is being reduced, transportation continue to escalate. So I don't know what kind of economic team is actually in charge. The Ministry of Transport has to also come in to tell us how much a driver should take from a passenger from one location to another, because this is actually causing a lot of students to drive from school. Against this, listen call on the for an urgent clarification action for the national government, as I said, that the benefit of the reduced exchange rate translate into tangible economic relief for Liberian students, and that the extension, the citizen extension, we want to be very conspicuous here, that little curiosity regarding this matter reflect the national student movement commitment to advocating for both students and broader Liberian populace doing engaging economic social terms, doing challenging economic social time in the republic. It is a responsibility we have had over time, and we're going to compromise that. To close with, the Liberia National Student Union, as a champion of qualitative education, uses this medium to wholeheartedly commend Honorable James A.S. Momo. While we condemn so many things, we have to praise some things. Honorable James Momo, as superintendent of the Monrovia Consolidated School System, has made some significant advancement within the institution relatively in the shortest period of time so far. LISU acknowledges the effort and initiatives that have positively impacted the education system, fostering an inclusive learning environment for students and supporting an overall growth of the system. This recognition highlights the importance of the collaboration effort in enhancing Liberia's educational sector. It also serves as a call to stakeholders to continue prioritizing education reform for Liberia's economic growth and sustainable development that we all have long visions. With the recent assessment we have done in Monrovia and parts of Monserrate County by the LISU leadership, to include William V. Studman High School and few other high schools, we are convinced that Mr. Momo, Honorable Momo, is passionate and visionary, and he has come with a clear agenda to impact the education sector. And we hope that more can be done, especially in at least 10 months. He has done exceptionally well, and we think that this is a part of the improvement of especially my position of the academic institutions. As it stands, we are being told, what we see is that the MCSS under his stewardship has brought in 2,500. So the MCSS under his stewardship has brought in 2,500 modern corrugated steel armchairs. Again, I want to restate that they are bringing in, or they have already brought in sufficient of it, 22,500 modern corrugated for MCSS students. And I think for the past 14, since the end of the 14 years of Civil War, this is the first time for public schools, especially the MCSS school system, to have these kind of armchairs. We are also happy that he is securing scholarship opportunity for both students and teachers. He recently sent 15 of his teachers and 3 other students to India for study, and he has promised to do a lot in terms of providing scholarship for the teachers, because it is about to have a qualitative educational system. You have to have the right staff who understand the job best, and as a result of that, we think that his services so far is putting us on par, and we hope that he can continue. And we are calling on We are calling on the government to provide the requisite support for the MCSS school system so that we can have more standard education system. In another development, Momo has told us that his plan is to align the academic program with vocational TVET programs as well. So students in high school must be able to have some knowledge in TVET. We also think it's necessary, and we want to also employ the collaboration of the Ministry of Finance from raising the budget from 4.2 million to 21 million. I think that is a significant impact. Then it means that the students, when this budget goes through the national legislature, the students will now see a very impactful processes, especially when it comes to how they have access to the basic facilities in their schools. As it stands, Lizzie appreciates the superintendent and calls on the national government, like I said, to provide more budgetary support in that regard. In conclusion, the successful leadership of LINSU is pleased to inform the Education Minister, Dr. Jaso Jala, that we have started school assessment in Liberia. We were, a few days ago, if you've been following us, we're in Bomi. What we saw there is miserable. From Bomi, we went to Baboli. What we saw there is miserable. Yesterday, I was in Kakata, a stone throw away from Monserrate. What we saw there is also miserable. And then many places we have gone, in Nima and other places. But we are doing our work. Initially, we will have our report back by empirical pieces of evidence with videos and photos, everything placed on it, and will be submitted to the minister. And let her understand that she has to do a lot. The Ministry of Education as it stands, in the ministry wants to send to the government school. That is unfortunate that every staff in that ministry want to own a school, but nobody in the ministry, including the janitor, wants to send a child to the government school. We want to call on the government. The president of Liberia must issue a moratorium on this, that public officials must now begin to send their children to public school. The system is good. You praise it, so there's a need. You also go and benefit from it as well. All right? So we want to inform Minister Jaso Jala that much has not been done in terms of our workings, in terms of keeping this education system on par with international institutions, amidst the committees of nations. We still think that the Ministry of Education needs to do more. And we are sending this as a one shot to her, because we are not going to come with the kind of advocacy of just taking the streets. We are going to be very empirical along the way. We are doing our assessment, and we will compile all these things together and put together where students are even going to classes with RTS. We will compile everything and submit it to the minister. And we also have it submitted to the president of Liberia. The refusal of the minister to act is when people will begin to condemn Liberian students the other way around again.
What is this statement? Yo.
So this statement, I want to say thanks to everyone for coming, is issued out of a mandate of the 6th Post-War National Executive Committee of the Liberia National Student Union, with the backing of our Vice President for International Affairs, the diplomatic arm of the student movement, the Secretary General, the Financial Secretary, and it is signed by Commander Stewart, our Secretary General, and approved by James Giddy Washington, President of the Liberia National Student Union.
So thank you, comrades. So thank you, comrades. You've listened to the president giving you the position of the national student movement and appointing the inaugural committee of newly elected leadership. So we believe that the president at this point in time will entertain inquisition from the press and the general public, not more than 5, as to what is your own perspective.
Yeah, so
I want to seek further clarity on the position of the student movement. So you take your eyes.
So thank you for the recognition. And you guys following to wrap up this on what you said about the transportation fare. Feel most like the Ministry of Transport issue the transportation fare as per where to where, and they don't cover attached. The fact that they're on that. And basically, I want to know as to whether you are the president elect or the president of the issue. Following your statement.
The issue of the transport ministry, I think if there is a document out there that is regulating transportation, then it is not effective. It is not effective because even when that document was being prepared, I think at that time the rate was around 190, but now the rate is 170 now. The rate is 170. Gas gasoline at that time was 800, but now is some places 650, 700. So what is still happening that the price from Synco to ERWA is constant at 200 and nothing is changing. So that question goes to you. Even those who sell stretch car is $1, but those they change the money 70 and you buy the card from them 220, 200. So what is the economic implication there? It goes back to you. But I am the president in the student movement. Election is an authority. Insofar you go to Congress, you are elected, you take authority from there and take charge of your position from there. But the processes for us to have the students unified and organized is where we have to go through inauguration, wherein we bring all the forces together. Even those who contested against us want to have everyone sit there on the same chair. Share forms together, place posts together, go to church together, go to the mosque together, and also go to the inauguration program together. That is the essence of it.
Yo, it's a form of reconciliation. Yeah.
Thank you. My name is Wise Zembole. I report for LB Online Television. 2 hours ago, the superintendent of the Monrovia Consolidated School System was at the Ministry of Information, Culture Affairs and Tourism, outlining several other challenges ranging from the lack of transportation, especially where he said the institution has only one vehicle to commute his supervisors to the 27 MCSS schools in Montreal County. And of course, he said the lack of budgetary allotment from the central government are all factors that has led him maybe to have appeared today. How can you reconcile with such statement today from this?
Yeah, so I think you listened to us when we spoke here. We said most of what currently the kind of society we have is such that those government institutions are being run really with the kinds of donor funding that is coming in. All of the progress that has been made so far, most of it is coming from donor fundings. Most of what he's doing now comes from donor funding. We were there, we visited those schools. If you have been following us, we've been going to all of the countries, we've been interacting with places. So we have seen the impact he has made, even though he met so many challenges in the institution. And that is the reason why we are applauding him. And tomorrow, when the situation changes, and the system at the MCSS school system is not improving, even as it is, if we stick to where it is now, we will come back and we'll condemn it. So, we know that it is his challenge and he needs more support. That's why we said the Ministry of Finance needs to put more money in the budget for MCSS school system.
Yeah, we'll take you and take two more questions. And
put for Sunday Online TV. Can you please online and give her a vague understanding as it relates to the tour? How would the structure work like in those countries?
So basically, our tour is intended. It is still ongoing. Next week we'll be moving into the southeast to try to assess do assessment in some of those schools. The tour is actually being sponsored by ourselves. We just want to know. We want to know where we are meeting the education system with the minister. She came and she did a tour. That around 40,000 do a tour in the counties. It's a good thing when you have those tours, then you come back and then the system will meet the same. So for us, we're not using fundings from government to go there. We're using our own means to get there. But when we get there, our assessment is intended to evaluate what is in existence. It does not tell me something for argument's sake. What sense does it make that a student goes to school and does not have access to laboratory, and you expect that student to say the words and pass the words, when the words require that the students themselves go to the class and have knowledge of practical sciences? It is not empirical. It doesn't actually make sense. The schools do not have, in this AI generation, there is no government high school outside of Monrovia. There's no government high school that can even point to 5 computers they have to the places we have been. It is unfortunate. So students do not even know the meaning of booting computer. We went to Birmingham In fact, it's not only that there's no computer in the schools. It was surprising to know that students are getting ready to take the WISE. They do not have chemistry teachers. They do not have teachers for physics. Those are major courses. They don't have teachers for math. In Bombing, CS Dewey High School, for example, it is the principal that's teaching two courses. I think that two major courses at the same time while he is the administrator of the institution. That is unfortunate. That has to change. So the minister needs to stop merrymaking and be very serious.
Yeah, your name and institution.
Yeah, I'm Domingo Dawan, I write for the People's News. I'm much more concerned about the capital youth saga as related to the speaker removal by his colleagues. I did not listen to you guys from the student community making the statement on that as related to
We get concerned. Yeah, so we are concerned. Obviously, it's about national issues. But nothing is more paramount to us than those issues that affect the students of the Republic of Liberia. Obviously, nothing is more. We have been following that saga, and I mean, we're told that.
the student interest and the president interest. Yo.
We've been following the saga from the moment it started. We heard that 15,000 was being distributed. I don't know how true is that, but that was being substantiated by some members of the House. So they have to be. The Anti-Corruption Commission is here. People are saying they receive money. They have to be mature. They have to do what they were sent there for. But our duty for which we were sent there for is to promote the interests of the students. When those people in the house, we are watching them, this ongoing budgetary process, when they go in the house and pass a budget against the interests of the students, we stand up against them. That will resolve. So we are not much interested into what they do in terms of their internal issue. We are only interested in the actions and the implication it has for Liberian students and the Liberian public.
And that will the truth.
So I think we've
National say, for the Giza Unta.
We've exceeded the 5 questions, but the nature of how pertinent this press conference is. The president has also communicated that he would love to have a more in-depth interaction with the media considering all the different hands that are coming up. We understand that there's a new leadership that many concerns people are having with regards to so many things. So we'll take additional 3 questions and we'll do for a day.
Yeah.
So back to the superintendent, he made a very strong statement today that even at the state-run university, upon graduation, some students or some graduates can't even, push the pen properly. They don't spell words properly. It's becoming something that is a public, both in the national and the local communities. That statement, it brought up some level of where people were like denigrated. Where are you in terms of leadership in order to visit or revisit some of those curriculum and make sure that maybe we can send somebody there or a agent to follow up those schools, especially the State University and several other universities.
So the problem of our education system did not begin at the State University. Example, ECD. You go and check the budget. The speakers, I don't mean to go somewhere. The budget of the speaker is more than 4 times the budget of early childhood development. The government puts in the budget sometimes 200,000. The last time I checked, 200,000 for secondary education. Senior secondary education, they put 200,000 in there. Don't ask me how much the speaker gets, how much the deputy speaker gets. So it goes to the fact that the problem did not start at the university. The problem starts from the early childhood aspect, the primary school system. So there we have to start with more of our advocacy. You have to transform the system. The system of education we have is quantitative. Even the University of Liberia is messy. But the problem does not start from there. It starts from early childhood. Students who are in primary schools must be given the requisite lessons. In secondary school must be given the requisite lesson. But that cannot be done if you have 15,000 going around to impeach one person and other thing.
Yeah, my name is Ibrahim from the Women Council newspaper. So my question is today the MCSS boss went to Megapur said that the education system is still in the serious mess. So as a young people, as a student, so what's your view on that?
I agree. The education system is in a serious mess. You want to mess? I'm telling you about what students in high school about to graduate from high school do not know what is called boot computer. There is no government school in Liberia. You go to the government school and ask for the senator's child. What are they there? No government school, no public official send their child to government school. You think your system is good? It's not good. More has to be done.
Yes. So we take you.
The last one.
So I'm Mohammed from Ghana, report for exclusive online television. My concern has to do with your statement of you are calling for reconciliation. Like, what would be your next approach if those that you're calling for reconciliation will fail to reconcile within the process?